just spend. Make our own, we don't follow the trends. Hundred on our own expense. Only live once, so we so. Let's take, don't miss. Pour 'em all out, then reload it. More drinks, more sips. More time getting spent on text. More things that I gotta confess. Let's be honest for once and own it. Lose ourselves and live in the moment. When they doubt, we just show them. Private plane, we just floating.
I need to know. my taste. Hold up. Y'all can't talk about basic. Hold up. We mighty more Power Ranger. Hold up. Mine also dangerous. Hold up. Y'all talk outrageous. Hold up. Don't get caught in the matrix. Hold up. Got that touch my savior. Hold up. Give me that touch with my head. There can't hear it no more. Stand up to the man, can't fear him no more. Sonogram don't feel it no more. You were driving a minute but can't steer it no more. Riding away but now you're chilling on shore. What's the use of being rich when your inside's poor? It's like this, what you don't want to see more. You want to see more, but you want to see sore. Life done slowed you down. Your body is acting up. Your mind is out of bounds. It's telling you pack it up. You shackle by thoughts and memories that's adding up like overseas. You feel alive like you can't have enough. You probably feel paralyzed if you ain't had a buck. You still feel paralyzed, the Bucs and track. Friends is having kids, ain't adding up. What's the use of having a world with no love? What's the use of having a light with no love? What's the use?
On the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here's the former Utah Ute Matt Gay to get this one started. And off we go from Tampa. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback. And they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Come on. Fix the Eagles. Panther 11.
They'll run here, the former Longhorn with it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, this defense for the Buccaneers very strong in that victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
A gain of 18 on the play.
60 by 6.
First
60
down,
by 6.
Steelers.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
68, 70, Timberwolf. Liking 8, ready.
Looking to throw. Pass complete there to the cooler. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Steelers, first down. And an 8-yard pickup. First down, Pittsburgh.
Third. Right there, right. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Check up.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward.
And he's lapped up, taken down, back at the 25. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Hot 70. Check smash. Buffalo 18. Check. 3.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
It's now.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Little for the field goal. A 42-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Running room at the 50. Look out. He might score. He will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. So they gave up the field goal, but boom, they get it right back. Don't even worry about getting their offense on the field. They returned it on the kickoff.
So I see your 3 points
And
raise you 6. Double it up, coming right back at them. If that's going to be the trade all game long, someone's going to be very happy with the end result.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Trey McBride, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. When you look at this defense, they're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah.
Fights through and now a crease. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
A gain of 27 on the play. And the Steelers
18 Cardinal. 19 Lions. Left thing 19.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
7 Pirates.
Again, he'll drop to throw. touchdown! Puka Nacua with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers have retaken the lead. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7.
Steelers 10, Buccaneers 7. Cam Little to kick off.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. Oh, good return up past the 30. And a heck of a return as he goes out of bounds across the 50 inside the 45.
In some phases of life, that's what's known as the quick response team. Down 3, they come right back with a big return. They want to at least tie this game up.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. Under a minute to go. Clock running and a back-and-forth first quarter of play. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And he'll run on the inside handoff. And a short pickup there down to about the 9.
A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And he pulls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Chigakakwo, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Buccaneers have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10.
Now Gay to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives to see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down the field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it.
Okay, ready? Check mask, check mask. Get it. Crack on 80.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. Pass to the right, and he's got McBride. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Alex Highsmith. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
60 by 6, 70 Timberwolves.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Buffalo 18.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Joshua Hines-Allen in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
6-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
Yeah, Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 31.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Prescott from the gun. That's over the middle into the hands of Noel. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
That's another Buccaneers. First and 10 at the 15.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
14-yard line.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Yeah! There we go. Boy,
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17.
yeah! Here we go! Boy, here we go, 47. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
9-yard attempt.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And the Steelers first down. It's a gain of 10.
It looks like they'll move things around here. Right back to him. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. There's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, here we go. I think. Go ahead. 26.
Prescott. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field and took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Bucs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Gay is on for the point after. And with that, the lead is up to 8.
Next to score, Buccaneers 21, Steelers 13.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
First down. A gain of 16 yards. And the Steelers first down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's complete to DK. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
First down. A gain of 16 yards. And the Steelers first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Come on.
He'll drop to throw. A short one here, caught by McBride. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
At the Bucs 23-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Wide open receiver complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Hawk 70, Hawk. Let's go now. 19, cut 19, cut 19.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Drake London in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. But now if they wanted to, they could move the ball up to the 1 and go for 2.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because normally the ball's at the 2 when you go for 2. But if they want it now, enforce the penalty to the 1. But if they wanted to kick it, right, don't they just move it up 5?
Just move it up to the 10.
Right, move it up to the 10 if they still wanted to kick it.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And this is now a 1-point game. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Looking to throw. Prescott. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now Prescott. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, 7 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is up to 8.
Steelers 20.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Here we go. Half goal 80. 70 Lions. Street. Dragon 60. 60 Maverick. Ready, right?
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, caught by London. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now they'll change things up.
Buffalo 18. Mustang 19. 7 Pirates. 70 Rangers.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the third quarter from Tampa. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw here. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
5-yard gain on the play. That's good for us Steelers. First down.
18
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This is taken in by McBride. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one goes for 24 yards. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Panther 11. Check smash. 79 Broncos. 65 check. 19 Lions. Let's go.
They'll look to throw. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Trey McBride, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have cut the lead back down to 2. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
The extra point splits the uprights, and this is now a 1-point game.
Steelers 27. Cam Little, the kickoff.
So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance. Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Prescott now. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Let's go now.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Their mobile, agile quarterback keeping it himself from 10 yards away. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in this third quarter. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 6-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
To throw is Prescott. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Brings up second and 1 at the Steelers' 24-yard line.
Prescott yet again. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Jalen Noel, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bucs have even the ball game with a chance to take the lead here in the final minute of this third quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will put them on top here in the third. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds at midfield. So a solid return to the 50.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive. And we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Buccaneers' 41-yard line.
70 Timberwolves. Hey, Smash.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Rig, Viking, 18. 18 Rattler.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Ready?
And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up 1st downs.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Brasco 80. 70 Timberwolves.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Able to get this one to McBride. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 32-yard line.
No street. Cup 19. Panther 11. 60 Bobcats. 79 Broncos. Ready.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Now quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
A field goal try would be almost 50 yards from this spot. So what can they do to get closer now on 3rd down?
Cougar 19.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done.
Loss on the play. It's 4th down.
Panther 60. Check smash. 18, Pioneer. 19 tight. 19, trap 60. Mustang 19. Scoop.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Pass taken in by his big tight end. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers answered back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2.
The Steelers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. And it is incomplete, so they can't convert for 2. And now the lead stays at 5.
Buccaneers 35. Cam Little to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. Now Prescott. Pass caught. It's Lane with it. Down the left sideline. He may go. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jalen Lane, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Bucs use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3.
Steelers 40. Gay to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Here we go. Set. Let go.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. They'll come up now on 2nd down.
1960 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Ready.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
First down. A gain of 16 yards. First down.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Hands it off out of the gun. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Here's 1st and 10.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Let's go. 60 Panther 60. Panther 60. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
He's back to throw. Throw left side, hauled in by McBride. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
70 Timberwolves. 79 Broncos. Mustang 19. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Ready,
He'll look to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for Buccaneer TD. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great throw on the football, and turns it into 6.
51. Steelers 40.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. This is 1st and 10.
Ready. Ready.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Josh Hines Allen in there to take him down to the